It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC North foes. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Well, the temperatures are cooling off, but the sun is still shining, and that makes for perfect football weather in the city of Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium.
Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gordon, welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs. They take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon.
And we are underway from Pittsburgh. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Well, the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his third season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
And we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Right to the air is Burrow.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From the 30 on second down, Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to get in the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly, meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them? They were on him in a hurry.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now it's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. Burrow looking pass.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
He's got him in. Complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on third and long. I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Now Burrow. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase on a touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and there on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now we get our first look at the hometown kid, rookie Kenny Pickett from the University of Pittsburgh, as he leads the Steeler offense out for their first possession.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign, took his game to a new level, and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 23.
Pickett now on first down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Pickett.
Harris has it over the middle. Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And he'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
And some room to maneuver. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw to their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, third and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Pickett to throw on first down. Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Second down and 3.
Harris running straight ahead, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first and 10, it's Pickett.
Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD.
Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of another squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. In that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
After the pick six, here's Pickett to try again. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
Good throw there to start this second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of time now there's communication between head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we got to get him settled. It's not easy after you've thrown a pick six. You might want to just run the football, but I think in most cases you want to give him easy throws that he's comfortable with to get him going again. And it's not necessarily just throwing one or 2 yards. What throws does he like to make? Give him a couple of those and get him going.
Definitely looked like one he was comfortable with on the last throw.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Delay of game,
And that flag accepted.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat. They defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Pickett out to throw off the play fake. Completes this one to Pickens.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. It's the big trick. Don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that lets quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Pickett will look to throw it here. Slant route, and he's got Freiermuth.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
He finds his man Johnson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 of the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now 1st and 10 at the 11. 1st and 10, here's Pickett.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sims. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
Here's Pickett.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Pickett.
And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down, forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get free. This from 25 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Burrow. That's the tight end, Hurst with it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Forced out to his left. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Now, that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
Does a nice job here defensively, being able to diagnose. Little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out there.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Here's Burrow.
That's caught one more time by Boyd. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing again, it's Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they took the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 16, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal.
Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So, partner, was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows this versatility and gets both done on this drive.
McPherson on for the point after.
And it's 21-3. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Off play action, Pickett.
It's brought in by Harris. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect a home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Gets around him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
56 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple.
And the Bengals force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
2nd interception for him now here in his first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how it bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10.
From back at their own 10-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I think we got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on 1st down, but they came right back on 2nd down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Burrow will throw. This pass complete to Higgins.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Complete to T. Higgins. It will pick up a 6. Comes up 2nd and 4 at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. To the air again, Burrow.
Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He finds his running back, Mixon.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow avoids the target, and he hands it over the middle. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
Again, it's Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bengals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Sims going to go ahead and hold on to this one, and they'll start at the 25. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far.
Pickett's throw there complete to Sims.
Pickett's pass complete to Sims. Arnold at the 27-yard line. Gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Pickett.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
Back deep, Trent Taylor. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and 5.
Now Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's got Hurst as tight end. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That is knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also into field goal range at the 28.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and he'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Yeah, he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Cincinnati. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Get it on right now.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. Let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Pickett.
And And his throw's going to be incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and now it's third down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Pickett.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the 2nd half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
First down. Here's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten the receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow.
And that one caught downfield by Boyd.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
Mix it up the middle. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, they're hoping the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow.
Throw left side complete to Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
With his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Now, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing on second down.
Pickett finds Pickens outright.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
To the air on first down with Pickett. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Trey Flowers picks it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Sims going to go ahead and hold on to this one, and they'll start at the 25.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Slant route, and he's got Freiermuth.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
He gets it left side to Johnson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
To win any route, you got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. I'm probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They hand this off to Harris, and he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Pickett back to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on the first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get the momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Burrow will throw.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken out of the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and 2nd down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Delay of game, offense.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Now it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Let's go get it now.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is. He's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Pickett.
Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Back to throw, Pickett. Able to find his man is Pickens.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up having over 20 yards.
Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And now the play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the first down.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnson.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Pickett
got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Najee Harris
from 13 yards out.
And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback, and when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left, or they could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch, and what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to right now. They're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense in them with a big play.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And space tough to come by there as they get maybe a yard to the 37.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
A handoff to Mixon. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Now it's Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there? Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Pittsburgh offense making the way back out. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now Pickett.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far, brings up 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Eluding the pressure right. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Now Pickett on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bengals are going to get back in terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? All right, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Here's a give to Mixon. And some room to work.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 78 yards rushing here from Mixon. He's got a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football, because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Defense able to get there, swung to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Burrow on 3rd down. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Burrow looking to pass.
And that one complete once again to Higgins.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
3rd and 2, now Burrow.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
It does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
This a chip shot, a 20-yarder.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again for the 25-yard line.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
As the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Pickett back to throw. Quick completion here to Johnson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And across midfield it goes and into Bengal territory.
69 yards on the ground for him so far.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop the shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
3rd and 2, Pickett. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They said yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
And the catch made by Johnson.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. That put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
One final shot for Pickett.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walked off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.